In this video, we're looking at Hibiki's Pokemon, which is going to be Ethan in Japanese. And his Typhlosion is the main star of this video. Typhlosion in Japanese looks like it's Bakufun. Bakufu means blast, and then it's combining typhoon as well. So, new facts. So, specifically, we're looking at Hibiki no Bakufun, which is Ethan's Typhlosion. In May, we get our Destined Rivals set. Oh boy, that's going to be something. And we'll be getting new trainer cards, including Ethan's Pokemon. He's got his Typhlosion line, a Pichu, Slugma, and Magcargo, and the big main Ho-Oh-EX. But despite Typhlosion being a cute little single-price Pokemon, there are decks featuring it as the main Pokemon, and I gotta talk about it a little bit. The illustration of the art is really neat, but if we look at the regular card, we'll see what it does. The main attack being utilized is Buddy Blast. It does 60 more damage for each of Ethan's Adventure card in your discard, and Ethan's Adventure is a supporter which reads, search your deck for up to 3 in any combination of Ethan's Pokemon and basic fire energy, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So this supporter is great to find your Ethan's Pokemon with and some fire energy, and it is nice that Buddy Blast only needs 1 fire energy to fire off. Hopefully you can find at least 1 supporter card early on to help with that, and those Pokemon getting set up and into play, and you'll start with getting your Cyndaquils out, of course, who then evolve into Quilava, and this middle stage Pokemon actually has a useful ability for this deck, with Adventure Bond. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for an Ethan's Adventure, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Thankfully, you don't need to rely too hard on rare candies in this Badoo world we're living in, and instead you can try finding TM Evolution and going through Quilavas to get to Typhlosion. Now, although it may feel like our Quilavas are vulnerable on the bench, Shaymin is also going to be used in the deck to help protect the non-rule Pokemon while there, using its Flower Curtain ability, which says it prevents all damage done to bench Pokemon without a rule box by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. So how many Ethan's Adventure cards do we need to trash to hit relevant numbers? If we trash the max of 4, this single price Pokemon is hitting for 280 damage for a single fire energy. But that's not all. Most decks are running the A-Spec Maximum Belt, which adds another 50 damage when attached, which is key in hitting those 2-stage EX Pokemon. 1 Hibiki's Adventure in the trash is going to be 100 damage, so 60 plus 40. 2 is going to be 160. 3 is going to be 220 with 40 plus 180. 4 is going to be the 40 plus 240, which equals 280. Here's a sneaky other option tool. It's a Vengeful Punch from Obsidian Flames, which is triggered when the Pokemon it's attached to gets knocked out. It lets you drop 4 damage counters onto the attacking Pokemon. And there's a number of ways to implement Typhlosion into a deck. You can choose to run it straight with some draw support from Pokemon like Dunsparce and Dunsparce. When you evolve into Dunsparce, you get to draw 3 and then shuffle the guys back into the deck. You could even throw in a Fan Rotom into the fray in order to get your colorless Dunsparce friends out. Or you can just run the Hoot Hoot Noctowl engine that's really popular and solid right now. Another Pokemon that you could pop into the deck is Victini from Surging Sparks. Its Victory Cheer ability lets your fire Pokemon do an extra 10 damage, but the key for the early game is finding your Ethan's Adventure cards and getting them discarded. Playing cards like Ultra Ball and Earthen Vessel will help with this, and Superior Energy Retrieval can also help. The reason I mention that is because another popular way to build this deck is pairing it with Gholdengo EX. This was a surprise for me, but let's break down where this idea comes from. Aside from Gholdengo having a great draw engine built within it already, as well as having a lot of item cards to help advance the board state and discard Ethan's Adventure cards, you can use TM Evolution a lot easier, not only evolving Quilavas, but you can also get your Gimmighoul into Gholdengo quickly. It also might be covering for some deck weaknesses, like how it does take time to build up Typhlosions. And unfortunately, one downside is that if you prize some Ethan Adventure cards, the damage output is reduced. So having other options to pivot into can help with that. But this is also a reason to play the Exchange Ticket, and you'll likely be seeing that in recurring deck lists. Exchange Ticket says after counting your prize cards, shuffle them and put them on the bottom of your deck. Then take that many cards from the top of your deck and put them face down as your prize cards. Hopefully you don't end up putting more Ethan's Adventures into the prize cards, but this is a way to hopefully keep track of them and know how much damage is going to be possible and the best time to use the ticket. Playing Badoo in the deck can help slow things down, of course, but another Pokemon from the set might be a sneaky option as well. It's Crustle, and some decks have popped up featuring Typhlosion with Crustle. And this Crustle is rather annoying and sure to have an impact on the game. Its Boulder Guard ability says it prevents all damage done to the Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's EX. It can buy you time while setting up your Typhlosions or other Pokemon, and you'll want to get many out while also trying to set up Shaymin for some matchups. Unfortunately, Shaymin has 80 HP, so can't be found with a Buddy Poffin, but we'll have to survive, because we have a lot of little Pokemon, and if the A-Spec Maximum Belt isn't played, you could consider Unfair Stamp. Especially if you're gonna be going the Gholdengo Typhlosion route, it could be really punishing for the opponent, and hopefully you'll be able to find it with Arven along with the TM evolution early on to set up a solid state. There's not a ton of damage being dealt in the beginning, so I'm sure it can be a good Pokemon to focus on more in the later game when you've discarded Ethan's adventure cards, but it does still have points for being a single prize Pokemon who can slow things down a bit and find your footing. All in all, it's a super interesting deck, there's multiple ways to play it, and it's a little unexpected. The varying ways to build the decks around is really neat, and I'm excited to track its successes. But what are you looking forward to using? Let me know. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed it, and I appreciate it so much. I also love hearing from you, and I hope this was helpful in presenting the idea of this deck and Pokemon to you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye!